some people have to, do a little take two when they're deciding, what they want to
Oh
do.
yeah,
Like,
look at
you
that.
know what I'm saying?
I was wondering. I was like, we're kind of ranting for a minute here, so I'll be kind of quick with this one. I hope. I'm glad you gave me this article because I do have a bit of a connection. Um, so this article comes from Game Industry Biz and is from Maria. Oh Jesus, Dis Delisandri.
Yeah, Delisandri or
Delisandri.
Delis.
I
Yeah, I like
hope
that.
I pronounced that correctly.
Delisandri. I
So
like that. I
yeah,
vouch.
deputy director at Game Industry Biz. So this it's pretty interesting. Like, do you have tattoos? And if you're a professional athlete with tattoos, does your tattoo artist own the copyright if that gets put in a video game? That's the
Never know.
question here.
You never know.
So Take-Two, the famous makers of NBA 2K, wins a lawsuit against tattoo artist. So that's the title of the article. The jury argued that a license to use LeBron James' image in NBA 2K implied his tattoos as well. It's very interesting. I can't wait to give my little insight. This is a pretty short article, so let's get into it. Take-Two has won his lawsuit against tattoo artist Jimmy Hayden, who claimed that the reproduction of his work on basketball player LeBron James in the NBA 2K series is constituted copyright infringement. As reported by Reuters, an Ohio federal jury gave its verdict on Friday, saying that Take-Two had a license to use James' image in NBA 2K, de facto including his tattoos as well. It therefore decided that it didn't violate Hayden's copyrights. The attorneys representing Take-Two, Kirkland and Ellis Dale. Oh, that's a C. Sindali?
Sindali? Yeah, maybe.
Sindali, I think.
Sindali.
Anyways, the attorneys representing Take-Two gave a statement on the verdict, which she said was an important step for entertainment industry, and anyone who has ever gotten a tattoo might otherwise worried about their freedom to share their bodies with their tattoos. Hayden first filed a lawsuit against Take-Two in 2017. Witten? Is that? You look at
within an amendment, I think it's. I feel like it's a misspell, but
that's a typo. So let's start over. Hayden first filed a lawsuit against Take-Two in 2017 within an amended complaint in 2019, arguing copyright infringement. It's not the first time a tattoo artist sues Take-Two, with Solid Oak Sketches filing a lawsuit in New York federal court back in 2016 for similar reasons. A year later, Take-Two argued in court that it was fair use and ended up winning in 2020. On the other hand, tattoo artist Catherine Alexander won her own case against Take-Two in 2022, obtaining $3,750 in damages after a jury agreed that reproducing her work on pro wrestler Randy Orton in WWE 2K series did not constitute fair use. All right, Kyle, I don't think you have tattoos. I've seen you multiple times. We've been to pools together. You don't have tattoos, right?
No, I don't.
Okay, I have a buttload of friends that have tattoos. You've seen my missus. She's got a lot of tattoos. Yep. One of the requirements that tattoo artists do when they create a body of work, it's artwork in the end, so they copyright it. Correct?
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
One of the things that I know about like tattoos is pretty popular where I live. And there are multiple professional famous artists here that copyright their work. And there are multiple people that I know that have actually gone to other artists and said like they show an image. This is super common for anybody that has tattoos or they're a tattoo artist. They'll show an image of what they really like. They'll just like, oh yeah, I want something like this. And they're like, the tattoo artist is always like, that's probably copyrighted and I cannot trace it. I can't copy it. If you want that tattoo, you have to go to them or get their contact information and I'll contact them, ask them how much it costs for me to tattoo that on you. Because it's a body of work. It's a body of art. So I don't know how you feel about this, But from that like standpoint of what I just said, from how I know people that have tattoos, these people that have tattoos, you're walking around with canvases, flesh canvases
Yeah.
on your body that are copyrighted. And the fact that a judge, and you know it's a federal Ohio State judge that has no tattoos, doesn't understand the space, that kind of crap, probably a boomer. I'm making assumptions here. I hope I'm wrong. It'd be actually hilarious if I'm wrong. But the reality of the situation is like saying that it's de facto fair use because you signed with LeBron James that you can use his image. Well, it's like if that's the case, then what needs to happen is tattoo artists, anytime they sign or do tattoos with famous people, like as huge of a name as LeBron James, they need to sign contracts anytime LeBron James gets a picture taken where that tattoo's exposed, they deserve royalties. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
It's
that's what you're
like
saying.
that. Like, how far or down the rabbit hole do you want to go? Because the tattoo artist should be paid 100%.
Yeah.
So the court just ruled that no, we did our contract with LeBron James, and that's part of his body now. So that's like what it is. It's like, okay, well, if I'm a famous tattoo artist, guess what? Making my client sign every single time, like a non-compete kind of,
Yeah.
like in perpetuity for the rest of your life. I own that section of your skin anytime it's like imagine him dunking and you see his tattoo like all the way up his arm,
Yeah.
like famously, like Michael Jordan. I don't think he really has tattoos except for the LeBron, like the Bulls horns.
Yeah.
But when he's doing his famous like dunk in the freaking 90s
Yeah.
and or 80s, sorry, 80s dunk, and then you see the tattoo. Imagine like these guys, tattoo artists that put that on them. It's just like, oh, I demand royalties.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
But
it's like I just think like Hornets wise, if like LaMelo Ball like puts up a poster and like he just like
yeah,
dunks on somebody, and it's like they take a picture of it, and he has all those tats. It's like it's like
100%, dude.
people like with the league go out of their way to like edit out the stuff in post, like on a skin, just so he doesn't have tattoos. Like I feel like it'd be kind of weird, like to just like edit out kind of a part of him, you know?
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, it's honestly it's something I said I don't have any tattoos, so it's never something I realized. It's like you go to an artist and you present something from another artist, be like, hey, I want something like this. I never like thought about it. Like, oh yeah, there's people that probably have like similar designs. And they probably own kind of some aspect of it. At
No,
least.
they 100% own it.
Yeah,
That's
which
the
is
thing.
wild. Like, because there's so many
Yeah.
different designs and so many different things you could do. It's just like I don't know. It's crazy how that works. But yeah, I mean, it's it's interesting. But at the same time, it's like for Take Two, it's like I mean, I get they're fighting some of these lawsuits and they don't want to give up like every cent counts. But it's like how much are these like how much do they really have to pay these artists like in any given it can't be like terribly. It's not like they're sitting there having to throw $100,000 at them for a design, right? I mean, I feel like it just probably like we were saying with that one artist who got $3,700 around. It's like,
Dude,
like,
that is nothing in the terms of game sales.
right?
In a 2K game where it's like riddled with monetization,
Yeah,
Randy Orton, I'm just gonna assume. Like I've seen Randy Orton before. I've seen Batista is another good one where he has like I think Batista has. I might be wrong here. Do you know who Batista is?
yeah,
I think he has the sword that goes right down his rib cage.
yeah.
I
It's pretty
think
sick tattoos.
like he has a pretty badass tattoo. Randy Orton has this crazy tribal tattoo that's on like his upper back. I guarantee it's either that or his like sleeves.
Yeah,
And it's just you gotta pay the artist. So it's very interesting that the court ruled that because they had a license with the person who's wearing it means that they have overrule of the art.
yeah. It's pretty wild.
It's like, can I do the Mona Lisa on my chest, and then all of a sudden I own the Mona Lisa?
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like,
It's just
like I
that's
signed a
crazy to
contract
me.
with
It's
the
like
company. Like,
yeah, it's
we're-
like I mean, so like I couldn't go and get like a giant Blink-182 chess piece with their logo. Like, would I not be
technically
allowed
no,
to do that? Like, it's crazy.
no, technically no, because like it's copyrighted. Yes, you will find people that will do it, but in the end, you can be sued. It's no different than like using their logo in any profitability kind of thing that you do.
God,
It's like if
crazy.
we just started branding all of our stuff for the M2 podcast, I don't know, similar to like Coca-Cola. We just did the M2 words, but it was all
in
red
red
and
font.
white. Like it was very obvious that we were ripping it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird, man. Copyrights in general are just a lawyer's favorite thing in the world.
Yeah. You should give me an idea for a tattoo though. The permanent M2 somewhere, like showing or something to represent what we have done.
Oh man.
That'd be funny.